Red Eye Radio. It'll keep you up all night.
Oh, what's up?
I'm not waking you up, am I?
You know, when you say wake me up, it's almost 5 in the afternoon. I'm just about ready to wake up.
So that's what I was thinking, because you're having some like 5 a.m. finishes, aren't you?
I'm out of control. What I do is I get up. I get up at like 5 in the afternoon. I have lunch, and then I go back to sleep at about 6:15 until the next day. So I get a good hour and a half up while I'm running around.
What's going on, man? What's happening for you over there at the moment? Because I understand from all reports you've been running amok.
Yeah, I got the wolf mother report. It's I'm out of control. What I've done is I've tagged him. I've gone on a lion country safari. I've taken an elephant tranquilizer. I've injected Andrew the singer with some kind of a serum to put him down just for a couple minutes. And then what I do is I monitor him and I kind of watch him run around in the wild.
What else do you do for fun? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't tag a lot of people because most people don't like to be hit with an elephant tranquilizer without their permission.
Definitely not.
I learned that that's illegal.
Definitely not during the week, man. Definitely not during the week. Maybe on the weekends, yeah, but not during the week.
Yeah, just you know what? We all want fun, so why not just take a horse tranquilizer?
What have you been doing? Because I was speaking to Raina. We've had her on the show all week, and you know, you've been filming a lot of stuff, and I understand you've been interviewing all the bands, which I'm extremely jealous of. So, what's been going on with you?
I mean, anytime you can sit next to the original drummer of Foghat and say, bro, when you wake up in the morning, do you just look in the mirror and say, I am the biggest classic rock motherfucker of all time? That's pretty big. That's a pretty big thing to be able to just accomplish when you're waking up and shaving in the morning.
Wow. That's not bad. And what are the other highlights? Because you've been there all week, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been there all week, man. I mean, we had Nickelback on the bus, a bunch of great guys. They were doing a DVD out here. As well as participating in the Sturgis Rally. Let me see who else we had on the bus. I'm looking actually at my producer right now who's in the middle of picking up girls instead of talking to me about work. What else did we have? We had he's yelling bad words. So we had the Nickelback guys on there. We had your Foghat. We had Greg Rowley who sings Black Magic Woman. And Oye Como whatever va. All right. Well, who else do we have on the bus? Oh man. We had today's a big day. We got Ario Speedwack. Oh yeah, we had the Gin Blossoms.
Wow.
Steve Miller was fun. We had Steven. He looks like your great uncle at this point. He's like I don't mean to be disrespectful, but he's like 85 years old.
Oh, Adam, I just love to see those interviews, man. I'm sure they're gonna be rocking. Now, man, I ask a lot of people about their dream on a serious note.
Sure.
Have you been living your dream? I know with Matchbox 20 and stuff, but have you? What was your dream when you started out, and are you living it, do you reckon?
You know, yeah, I think it's really weird. I always kind of associate my life. It's been a little surreal, and I've been really fortunate and very blessed to have had kind of one goal, and really at, you know, a moderately young age. I don't want to say I'm young, because if you know how old I am, I'm pretty old. But it's been pretty much a blessing to at this point in my life, I got to accomplish, you know, one of my goals and dreams out there. And the long story ended is, you know, I kind of look at it like I have this bag that I carry through life, this little satchel. And in the satchel, I get to grab these little stars that are in the sky. That's kind of how we look at it. And there was one big one that was really to be in a very successful band and to be able to do that for a living. And I kind of threw that one in the bag. And there's, you know, 2 or 3 more that before I check out of planet Earth, I really need to kind of collect. Those are kind of like my dreams and my little stars, and I just like to carry that little bag with me and get each task done. And so I'm doing pretty good so far, and I got a good handful left, and we'll see what happens.
He is one cool dude, let me tell you. Adam Gaynor on the phone from Sturgis in South Dakota. He's running an absolute muck. Do not go anywhere if you're a Matchbox 20 fan. There are some unbelievably cool stories coming up. And this was one of their huge big hits that Adam played on. This is 3 a.m. Matchbox 20 on the Red Eye. They're probably pretty much the most radio-friendly band in the world, aren't they? Matchbox 20, them and Nickelback, they just can't do anything wrong. That was 3 a.m. as we go live around the country for a Friday morning. Continuing our chat with Adam Gaynor, the guitarist from Matchbox 20. I had to ask him, was Matchbox 20 the first band that he got into?
Yeah. We all came in it together. So, you know, there were 3 original people that were in a complete... Rob, the singer, Brian, the bass player, and Paul, the drummer, were in a local Orlando, Florida band, and I was actually answering phones in a very well-known recording studio in Miami. And excuse my voice, by the way, you guys in Australia. Not only do I sound like an idiotic American, but I can't even talk, so I apologize. But basically, those guys were in a different band. They broke up that band. They were looking to reform and put another group together. They found me answering phones in the studio, and then we went to Atlanta and had a talent search for another guitar player, and we found Kyle, and then we all tried to figure out the name of the band, and we started working and recording at that point on.
Wow, man. And so what was the first song you guys had on the radio? Was it 3 a.m.?
No, totally remember the moment, actually, which is really surreal. We had Long Day was our very first single, and because we were on a sub-label of Atlantic Records, which out there in your beautiful continent is Warner Brothers.
Yep.
We didn't have a lot of support for that song, and I always feel like that was a little kid that kind of got away, and we didn't give it a really good chance to grow, because it was a really great song, and it didn't get a whole lot of radio play.
Yeah.
It had like one spin on MTV, literally. Like, I think it was played once. And we were just going across a bridge in Dallas, Texas, in a van with like 11 people in it.
Wow.
And it was a very weird moment. Talk about a dream, because we were listening to some, of all things, like a cassette, because that's what shows you how old I am. And I pushed the eject button on the cassette, and when you do that, the radio naturally goes on. And the second I pushed the eject button, it's just like bland. The intro to Long Day came on, like couldn't plan it, and we just all were screaming like, we're on the radio, and it was a great moment.
Oh, how good is that story? Oh, my goodness. And this is the song that they heard when he pressed stop and pushed eject on the old tape. This is Matchbox 20 and Long Day. More with Adam shortly on the Red Eye.
It's sitting by the overcoat, the second shelf, the notes she wrote that I can't bring myself to throw away. And
yeah, we just heard the story behind that song. How cool was it? Awesome stuff.
No, it was a really, really, really good moment. But let's talk more about the Wolf Mother first. Can I talk about that? Like, can I curse on radio here?
Well, you are, so keep going.
Yeah, we can always mute it out, or if it's live, I apologize for the fines you guys are going to send.
Yeah, keep going, man. What's your stories with Wolf Mother? I know you got a couple.
Yeah, let's just go with the overall Wolf Mother story. So basically, we got the kids. I call them the kids because, again, I'm the oldest guy in pop, and these guys are pretty hardcore. These guys are the throwback, the Zeppelin 1970s,
Yep.
You know, freaking giant afro. He's got the little vest, tight T-shirt. He's making it happen. So we take him out on my golf cart to go check out this place called Naked Alley. And basically, if you can imagine just hardcore bikers, hardcore alcohol, hardcore nudity, and it's just hardcore Mardi Gras where everyone's just taking off their clothes, men, women. It's like a Roman orgy for leather and chaps. It's just nasty. And I'm not saying it's great quality. It's just nasty.
And a lot of fun.
So people give beads out to people who are just naked.
Whoa.
So basically, he is just going crazy, running over to people, and there's this freaking Aussie guy with this giant afro hanging out with all these bikers. But the beautiful thing about the Sturgis Biker Rally is it doesn't matter what you look like as long as you're having a good time.
Yeah.
So he's going over and he's running over and he's just totally having the best time. And then all of a sudden he looks at me at some point and he goes, "Adam, I finally think I found a home." And I'm just like, "Oh my God, Andrew!" And I kind of left him there with his label wrap, and I don't think I've seen him since.
Well, I can tell you they got back to the hotel and they did have a good sleep, because we had Chris on the show last night talking about it.
Sure.
And he said you're a bad man.
Yeah, I'm a bad man. Those guys almost killed me, man. I don't have this in me anymore. I've been doing this for 10 years. These guys are rookies, man. They got plenty left in them. My tank's getting empty.
So when do you wrap up there, man?
For the love of God, hopefully soon. I'm exhausted, and it's 172 degrees Fahrenheit, which for you is about 90 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Well, Adam, it's been great talking to you, man. An honour to have you on the show, around Australia. I know you're a big fan of Australia, aren't you?
Oh, man, come on. You guys have been, before we broke with the #1 record in the States, you guys were our arena. So let me just tell you that Australia, to me, will always be my other home. So thank you guys.
Man, it's been great to have you on the show, and you're welcome on any time, man. And good luck with your documentary. I'm sure that the interviews are going to be so funny. It'll be unreal. I can't wait to see it, and great to have you on, man.
We're having a good time. Thank you guys very much. You guys take care. We'll see you soon.
See you, bud. So there he is, Adam from Matchbox 20, formerly from Matchbox 20, and I tell you what, he is going to be, how can he not be a superstar? That dude's just so funny, and I can imagine those interviews with all the other stars, they'd just be cracking up, especially Nickelback, can't wait to see that. But we're going to go out and wrap up the show with one of the great hits from Matchbox 20. I've heard the acoustic version of this with Adam singing backup with Rob Thomas all the time, but this is If You're Gone, Matchbox 20 on the Red Eye.
90.9 CFM.